That's good. Anyways, man, what's good, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great Sunday. But anyways, man, I'm here to talk about a topic I was watching, on The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. And they was basically saying how, well, first of all, Charles Barkley was asked, do you consider LeBron James in the conversation, like in the GOAT conversation in terms of team-wise, team accomplishments? And, obviously Charles Barkley didn't hold no punches, you know what I'm saying? And that's the one thing I respect about Charles, he speaks his mind. Even if he's right or wrong, he speaks his mind. So he's saying that no, because LeBron James had stacked teams. When he was drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers, he didn't have the best supporting cast there. He gave that organization his best 7 years. So obviously, the GM and him didn't see eye to eye. He jumped ship and said, you know what, I'm not going to spend all my time here panning to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to go out and win the championship. Because I was the first overall draft pick. So that means that, there's a whole bunch of people rooting, cheering, booing, whatever you want to call it, right? Okay, boom. Let's go to Kobe, okay? Let's backtrack. So LeBron James went to, Miami, you know what I'm saying? Big two. I'm not going to call it a big three because the pressure wasn't on Bosh. The pressure was on LeBron James. So if Bosh didn't win the championship, nobody was going to sit there and say, well, Bosh didn't get it done. Well, Bosh didn't do this. Bosh didn't do that. Bosh was probably the third option on that team, So it's kind of a big two, not a big three. And plus, he didn't even have a center. They had Joel Anthony, they had Birdman, they had Haslam. None of those dudes panned out. They had a Greg Odom, but I don't think he made the roster. Because I don't know why they have him on 2K14, but not on the roster when, But anyways, so, 4 trips out of 4 trips to the NBA Finals, he made it twice. Lost to the Mavericks, won against the OKC Baby Thunder, split the series against the Spurs, won one and then lost one. And then after that, he bounced, went back to Cleveland, won them a championship, tried to do it again, didn't go too well. And he went back to LA during the COVID, won the championship. So now here he is, okay? Now let's go to Kobe. Kobe Bryant, he was drafted by the Charlotte Hornets. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of, conspiracy theories about, how if the Lakers didn't pull that trigger, nobody would have known who Kobe was. You know what I'm saying? Because he played for a small market. And, I don't know how long he was there, but I think he wasn't there for too long. You know what I'm saying? So, they quickly made a trade. You know what I'm saying? Shaq spent most of his years with the Orlando Magic. He had Penny Hardaway, 3D, Dennis Scott. Had a very good crew. But he was just keep running into Michael. He was just keep running into Michael. So he said that, you know what, I'm not going to waste my prime years on this garbage-ass team. He went to the Lakers, three-peated. Okay, and then all of a sudden a lot of people were saying, oh, well, Kobe can never win without Shaq. Technically, you can win without a big man. But a big man does help. A center does help. So, obviously, they wanted to build a team around Kobe because Kobe was more durable and, he's shown that he can carry the franchise on his back. Shaq left to go to the Miami Heat, they traded Marc Gasol. No, they traded Paul Gasol from the Grizzlies. You know what I'm saying? In exchange for, I forgot who they gave. I think they gave up Lamar Crack Odom, and I'm always calling him Lamar Crack Odom. But anyways, they gave up, and I don't know who they gave up, but I know they gave up Lamar. And then I think they gave up like a few draft picks to acquire the big man, right? Boom. '06 came around. Dwayne Wade was, in his prime years. You know what I'm saying? They delivered a championship, beat beat the Mavericks. And then after that, Shaq was just bouncing around. You know what I'm saying? Color of the rainbows. You know what I'm saying? Was just bouncing around. He left Miami Heat, went to the Phoenix Suns, went to the Boston Celtics, went to the Cavaliers. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, he just retired with the Celtics. So yeah. And then obviously Kobe Bryant went on to win 2 more championships to prove that he didn't necessarily need Shaq, but Shaq needed Kobe. It was the other way around. Kobe didn't need Shaq. Shaq needed Kobe. So, but anyways, let's get to Michael Jordan, the GOAT. So Michael Jordan did have his woes. You know what I'm saying? He did struggle against the bad boy Pistons until the GM said that, you know what, let's get Michael Jordan some help. He drafted Scottie Pippen, right? He drafted Scottie Pippen. I think Dennis Rodman came via free agency, or he got drafted too. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. And after that, they just ramroded the whole entire East. The Pacers was no match. My Knicks was no match. The Heat was no match. The Hornets with Bogley. There was no match. So, teams gave it their best shot, but it just wasn't good enough. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, because I think the issue, obviously, let's go back to Michael Jordan. So Michael Jordan, had, Dennis Rodman and, Scottie Pippen and, a whole bunch of good role players around him. They had 2 solid good centers out of Wellington and Luke Lee. They had Kukoc. They had Steve Kerr. You know what I'm saying? They had Anthony Armstrong. So they had a pretty good squad with them. And you can see why you can see why they were the top of the cream or the cream of the crop. And so obviously, the team dismantled. Michael Jordan left to baseball. You know what I'm saying? So now it was Scottie Pippen's team. After all that mess, Scottie Pippen said, you know what, I'm the man. I can show everybody I could carry the Bulls. No, you can't. As good as a player Scottie Pippen was, he wasn't Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? And then it showed. Even though they did get to the even though they did go to the playoffs, they didn't go far. Because that year in 1999, it was my Knicks, the 8th seed, who surprised everybody without Patrick Ewing and went all the way to the finals just to lose to the Spurs. No, I think it was the Rockets. Because Tim Duncan won his first championship against my Knicks. So I think it was the Rockets, if memory serves me correctly. So after that, the team dismantled. Michael Jordan retired just to only play. The only reason why he played up into his 40s was because they promised him a half-on-half owner role. You know what I'm saying? So he's still technically the owner of, half the owner of the Bobcats. I mean Hornets. Scottie Pippen, what I'm saying, obviously he bounced around. Dennis Rodman, he went to the Pistons, still was okay. I think he went to the Pistons or the Spurs, one of those two teams. So the whole team just dismantled, you know. So in my opinion, I just gave you guys a rundown, a little brief summary. So now, in my opinion, if I had to put three of these guys in the list or something, obviously LeBron James is going to be number 3. For the simple fact that he quit on the organization way too many times. And I know these LeBron James sexuals is going to come say, what are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about, this and that. Yes, LeBron James had to sacrifice. He had to sacrifice. Because think about it. If LeBron James would have stayed in Cleveland for the next 7 more years, he would have wasted his prime. Nobody would have been interested anymore of him because his value would dip. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like cars. When you buy a car off the lot, the devaluation of it decreases. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of people know about that. But, whether you buy a house or a car, the value of the house or the car dips. As soon as you buy it, it dips. But anyways, LeBron James, yes, he could have just said, look, ownership, just try at least put me with one superstar. That's all I need. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at that 01 Lakers team, they only had Shaq and Kobe. They didn't even have nobody else. They had a pretty good, solid role players around them and probably good benching. You know what I'm saying? They had, Eric Fisher at the point. So they had a pretty good squad. So all you needed was just A and B. A was Kobe, B was Shaq. So that's all you needed. That's all you needed. So at the end of the day, LeBron James did what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you want to throw in Kevin Durant in there as well, you can. But again, Kevin Durant gave the city of Oklahoma, his best years, Went to the finals the first time. He was there when the city moved to OKC. But anyways, so I'm gonna put my LeBron James at number 3. Number 2, obviously Kobe Bryant. No disrespect. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, I never liked Kobe. I thought Kobe was getting his feet wet, when he came into the league. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't want to go to college. He knew his game, but he knew his game better than anybody. He didn't want no smarks to say, well, he has bad footing, he does this, he does that. Well, he just wasn't scared to take the final shot. You know what I'm saying? LeBron James is always pessimistic. He's always looking to pass. He's always dishing out. He's scared to take the last shot. And, Skip Bayless has been preaching that over the years. Oh, LeBron James can't come in clutch. He chokes at the free throw line. You know what I'm saying? Maybe college probably would have benefited LeBron James differently. I think if LeBron James went to college, I think he would have been more of a finesse scorer. Not really a finesse scorer, but just, a player that just doesn't care if he fails or not, I think LeBron James cares about too much of his own ego. You know what I'm saying? Take the last shot. Who cares if you miss or make it? Don't dish it. Don't put your problems onto somebody else, because if he fails to make that shot, like Danny Green did, nobody's still bashing Danny Green. Everybody's bashing LeBron James. Oh, Kobe, freaking Skip would have said, oh, Kobe would have made that shot. Oh, MJ would have made that shot. Prime T-Mac would have made that shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, yes, I understand he was double teamed, but LeBron James is 6'8". You telling me that you can't shoot over But anyways, man, so I'm going to put LeBron James, Michael Jordan, and obviously Michael Jordan is to go. Hands down, 10-time scoring champion or 10-time defensive scoring champion, whatever you want to categorize that. He's won 6 in a row. Could have won 8 or 7 if he didn't retire or go to baseball. But yeah, man, just let me know what you think. Who is the greatest of all time in your opinion? MJ, Michael, or LeBron James? You know what I'm saying? Because when you stack their careers on top of each other, all three of them have similar paths. I think the only one MJ is the only one who went to college, North Carolina, right? Won a title there. He won the NCAA tournament, not the tournament, but he was in one of those up and coming college courses or whatever have you. He's won it there. Like, he's won everywhere he went. College he won twice. High school he won. He's like 1-0. No, he's 2-0 in high school after winning a championship. He went on to college, won a championship, and then he went to the NBA and won 6. So he's been winning everywhere he's went. But all three of them took similar paths. LeBron James didn't went to high school. LeBron James didn't go to college. My bad. MJ didn't. Kobe didn't go to college. The only reason why Kobe didn't go to college is because he knew his game was polished. He didn't want no smarks telling him, oh, this and that. Like, how can you tell me I'm bad at something? Have you ever played basketball? And I'm not talking about PE basketball. I'm talking about basketball. No. So don't sit there with your little pen and your little tie and tell me that I can't do certain things. Yeah, there's certain things I could, work on, you know what I'm saying? Like Kobe never won MVP. As great as he is, he's never won MVP. Dwayne Wade has never won MVP. Michael Jordan's won MVP. LeBron James won MVP. So the simple fact that he cared about winning more than accolades tells you a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you want to win MVPs or do you want to win championships? That's what Kobe Bryant, or I think that's what MJ said to, I think it was LeBron James. I think it was LeBron James. Like, do you want to win? I think that's what Dwayne Wade told LeBron James. And then the simple fact that Kobe and MJ had Phil Jackson excludes LeBron James. Because LeBron James never had a great coach. The only great coach, I'm not going to say great, but the only solid coach that he had was Brown when he got drafted by the Cavaliers. That was the only coach that he had that actually cared about him, He got Blatch fired. He got freaking Ty Lue fired. You know what I'm saying? He just... he's like a Super Saiyan. He just goes to one planet, blows it up, and he goes to the next planet, blows it up. He goes to the next planet, blows it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, look how bad the Cavaliers was once he left. But when he came back, it was right in the title contention. So, but anyways, man, let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. On the way to 900 subscribers. Let's get it. Thank you, and have a blessed day.